Well, hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to share with you an exciting update. So Jason and I gave you all the hints in my last video. We were headed down to a secret location, AKA, if you guessed it, we were headed to Las Vegas. And why did we go down to Las Vegas? Should we show them?
Maybe.
Okay, here's why we went to Las Vegas. I picked up the Mercedes. I have been so excited to share this with you guys. It has been so hard to keep this a secret, but Noovo just completed the 2026 Noovo Next. This is not the prototype, this is the production model. So I'm gonna do a full review and walkthrough of all the changes that they've made. I'm gonna be showing you how this thing handles on off-road in several different terrain and conditions, and we're gonna put this Mercedes to the test. Yeah, this is an absolute beast, and I am so excited to show you guys all the features, to show you what this is capable of, and not only the outside exterior, all that it is, but the interior, I have to say, is the best van I've ever been in. I was just gonna say, is it hard knowing that my van is bigger than yours now?
It is much larger.
It is much larger. And you said that as we were coming up this road, I got a front wheel off the ground.
You did have a front wheel off the ground.
Were you kind of proud of me in that moment?
Did you even know you had a front wheel off the ground?
I did not know. So not only did I get to drive this brand new van, but it is also today Jason's birthday. Happy birthday
to me.
Happy birthday to you.
So does that mean I get to drive the Sprinter?
Heck no. Okay, the fact that he asked to drive this means he really likes it, because he's never asked to drive my old ProMaster. You know, I'm taking this out just to do a review on it, to see how I like it before I commit. But I can tell you guys, it already feels like my new home. I love this van, and Apollo loves it. It is the raddest van I've ever driven in my entire life, and I don't ever imagine doing anything different. All right, we're coming up to a pretty steep little spot here. Gotta do some tricky wheel maneuvers. Get up pretty high here, turn it over here. But man, these tires handle so well, and this suspension honestly makes it feel like I'm not even driving off-road right now. It handles so extremely well. I really didn't even know that a van could be capable of doing this. Okay, this spot is crazy, but we can do it here. There we go. Oh my gosh, my van could never have done that. We left Nevada, crossing over the border, and headed into beautiful California. Most of you guys have probably already heard that Noovo has their new Mercedes called the Next. And if you're fortunate enough to see it when it was released in Tahoe last September, then you know that that model that they've been showing was the prototype. They wanted to see what did people like, what didn't they like, wanted to get some feedback so that way they could build something bigger and better and make sure that it was something that everybody really loved. Well, I got to pick up the very first one that was finished and take it on the road for the first time ever, which means you guys are getting the first look at the new Mercedes Noovo Next. And the fact that Noovo trusted me to take out this crazy, amazing van goes to show you that they really want you guys to know exactly what to expect from this, because they know I'm going to take it to places that other people would not take it. And I want to give you the reassurance that this van is capable of all the things you want to do, whether you're on the asphalt or on the dirt. Jason's been riding with me in the Mercedes while we just kind of explore around some different forestry roads, and I have been taking this van every place my van could never have gone before. But the best part is we found an iconic camping spot that I would never have been able to get to before. So tonight I'm going to be camping on top of a mountain overlooking all the snowy Mammoth Mountains. I am just so excited. It looks amazing, and it's going to be a great spot to just hang out and explore with the all-wheel drive. There are moments on the road when I don't even know what's around the next bend. Moments where the pavement ends and the trail gets rough and I have to decide if I'll keep going. When Noovo handed me the keys to their brand new Mercedes Next all-wheel drive production model, they told me I'd be the first to really take it out, to push it and to see what it could really do. No expectations, no plan, just me, the van, and whatever came next. And honestly, what I discovered completely changed the way I think about van life. From the outside, this van feels bold, confident, purpose-built, like it's ready for anything. But when I stepped inside, it surprised me. It felt warm, calm, really intentional. Not just an adventure van, but actually something that really feels like a home. And that balance between capability and comfort is what stood out to me right away. One of my favorite parts about van life is waking up somewhere new, somewhere Apollo and I have never been before, and mornings in the mountains, those are always my favorite. We slowly climb out of bed and stretch, and the first thing I noticed was the warmth under my feet. The Noovo Next runs on a hydronic furnace system, which heats the space, the floors, and even gives me hot water on demand. And something that I really appreciate about this van is the water capacity. With 35 gallons of fresh water and 38 gallons of gray, I don't feel like I'm constantly conserving every drop. I can take a hot shower inside this van, which I'm so excited about, and make my morning coffee and just do my normal morning routine. So I shared that today is Jason's birthday, and so I actually made him a cake in my van in the mountains, and this kitchen totally made that possible. There's plenty of counter space to actually move around, prep food, and not feel cramped. I mixed everything up, and then I used the air fryer, convection oven, and microwave combo, which I love because it does everything in one space. While the cake baked, I made breakfast using the InvisiCook system. It's super simple, just place the pad down, set the pan, and start cooking. And when everything was ready, we sat down, swiveled the front seats around, and we just enjoyed the moment. These are the moments on the road that mean the most to me. Good food, good company, and a view that we didn't even know was part of the plan. The back of the bed is large and open and surrounded by windows, so it always feels connected to where I am. One of my favorite features is that this bed lifts. So I can sit up with coffee, work on my laptop, or just relax without feeling cramped. Noovo made the most out of all the storage in here, so not only is there a ledge to set my coffee down, but they actually open up and are additional storage as well. And that is something that I noticed throughout the whole van. Every square inch of space is used intentionally and for storage. Even the closet lights up automatically when I open it and has more than enough room for longer trips. Right now I'm storing all of my toiletries in there, but even if you have 2 people living in this van or traveling in here, there's plenty of room for both of your things. Your Garmin system that controls the van is found up front above your dining table, but you also have an option to do a second upgraded one here in the bedroom as well. This will be a 10-inch screen that comes on and off for easy convenience, so you can take it with you wherever you go. Now, what I personally like about having a second unit is I don't even have to get out of bed if I forget something. I can turn my lights on and off from right here. But the biggest thing was I left my awning out and I didn't want to have to worry about it being open all night. So I was able to just close it just from the touch of a button and not having to even get out of bed. This garage is actually almost twice as big as my current garage, and there's so much space for all my outdoor gear. I can store my paddleboard, I can store all of my hiking gear, my backpacks. What makes this system so unique is the fact that I can drive an hour, hour and a half, and my battery's 100% recharged. I've been running my air conditioning non-stop for the pets because it's actually been a little bit warm while we've been out exploring. And this van, I've had no issues with the battery. This van runs on a 51-volt lithionic system paired with a powerful inverter and a high output alternator charging while driving. So if you can understand the power of this system, then you can understand why this van is capable of doing all the things it can do. On top of that, there's 450 watts of solar on the roof, and I can add up to 1,200 watts of portable solar. And what that means for me is less time worrying about power and actually enjoying where I'm at. But eventually I stopped thinking about the comfort and I started wondering how far could I really take this thing. This van is built on the 3500 chassis, and once I got it off the pavement, I could really feel the difference. Noovo partnered with Agile Offroad on the suspension, and it's not just one upgrade, it's a full system. It's built around their premium RIP kit for the 3500 all-wheel drive Sprinter with a custom-tuned leaf spring setup, Fox 2.5 rear shocks, and Bilstein B6 front struts, plus an additional front auxiliary shock kit. And what that all means in real life is that when the road gets rough, the van stays controlled. It absorbs the bumps, keeps things stable, and just feels solid underneath me. Paired with the BF Goodrich all-terrain tires, it just grips and keeps moving forward. And underneath, you've got added protection, skid plates, reinforced components, so I'm not second-guessing every rock or uneven section. There's also a Warren winch system up front, which gives me that extra confidence knowing if I get into something a little questionable, I've got a way out. And something I didn't expect to appreciate as much as I did was the lighting. The front and rear exterior lights on this van are seriously powerful. Whether I'm navigating a trail at dusk, pulling into camp late, or just trying to see what's around me in the middle of nowhere, it lights everything up. No guessing, no stress, just full visibility when I need it the most. And the more I drove it, the more confident I became. I found myself taking roads I normally would have turned around on. going a little further, exploring a little deeper, and what I realized out there was that it wasn't just about where I ended up, it was about getting there. We decided to come up and enjoy the sunset with some birthday cake for Jason's birthday. I'm not going to actually say how old you are because I feel like that's giving it away, but I made you a little cake, so thought we would just enjoy that up here, watch the sun go down.
We just won't put any candles on it.
I have candles. Hold
What?
on. Yes. Like I said, I'm not going to say how old you are on camera, but I did get some candles here.
I think they're backwards.
Are they backwards? I don't think so. Oh, wind.
Are these the same candles we used for your birthday?
Yeah, when I turned 45. My finger. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jason. Happy birthday
Sing fast.
to you. Yay! At the end of the trip, what stayed with me wasn't just about the van. It was the feeling, the confidence to go further, the comfort to stay longer, and realizing that the road doesn't have to be predictable to be meaningful. Because some of my favorite moments weren't the big destinations. They were the simple ones, like sitting on the roof with Jason, watching the sun go down, and sharing his birthday cake with him. No crowds, no noise, just us and the kind of view that you can't recreate. And in that moment, nothing else really mattered. That's what this kind of freedom gives you. The ability to slow down, to be present, and to actually feel where you are. This is where adventure and comfort meet, and I don't have to choose between the two. And where the road ahead feels wide open. Because sometimes the best part of the journey aren't the ones I chase. They're the ones I'm lucky enough to share. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
If you enjoyed this episode, click the like button, comment below, tell Jason happy birthday, and tell me, what did you think of the new Mercedes Sprinter from Noovo? I don't know about you, but I love it, and I know that it's probably going to be my new van. So I appreciate you guys watching and following along. Until the next adventure, I'll see you then.